Hello. Yeah, so apparently a lot is happening in the collective field. Yeah, you know about the distraction methods, right? So first there was like not so long ago, everybody was talking about this comet, this three-eye atlas. Everybody like, wow, yeah, all social media, especially the woo-woo media, right? Like, oh yeah, it's a spaceship. Yeah, I can remote view it. It's clearly not just a rock. And so much mystery about it and around it and what is it. And then NASA releasing photos that are like blurry as so while they pretty much have maybe they even sent a rocket to it to investigate. I don't know what kind of technology they have actually, but yeah, they're not gonna say what it really is. No, they prefer it to be like a mystery because then we are all distracted from what is really happening, which is the shift, and the shift has been happening for a while now. Uh, to my best knowledge, since 1987, which is called the harmonic convergence. This was a moment where, yeah, the best way to explain it is uh, our Milky Way galaxy is like a flat disk, and yeah, let's say it like this. So Earth was, our sun and Earth and our solar system was like hanging underneath it, like this, and then at some point it reached like same level as like directly connected with the central sun, Alcyone, which is in the center of the Pleiades system, the Seven Sisters. And then the harmonic convergence was that it moved past that barrier. So we moved from being here to here. What that means, I have no freaking clue. But yeah, it's significant. It's probably means something. Most likely. You can look it up, the harmonic convergence and everything they say about it. I don't care so much about the details because, I have my own experience, my own way of viewing things. And of course, it can be helpful. Yeah, they labeled it the harmonic convergence. And what I know of it is that planets and our sun and everything else was like aligned. Uh, I think even like Sirius. So we have our sun, then you have like Sirius A and B, and then you have the great central sun, and they were like fully aligned, which you can see like let's take a laser for example. So if a laser is pointing this way, it's not hitting the object. So the information that the laser is sending, the radio signal or the light signal or the transmission it's sending, it's just passing by. But as soon as we aligned with Sirius, so Sirius, yes, Sirius, um, aligned with Sirius, so the information got through Sirius and then uh, redirected to us. So yeah, we were basically, one could say, we were, maybe you can see it like a way station. So the great central sun is, and let's call him God for the for the fun of it. So God was sending a message to Sirius, and then Sirius B collected all their Sirius B, I think, collected all their data, all their knowledge, the whole Akashic records of Sirius B, everything that happened in the Orion system, and this was uploaded like including the message coming from the great central sun, and it was like uploaded to Earth, to our soul sun, and then the sun started. It changed. Many people yeah, they don't know about this, but it appeared that we used to have like a yellow sun, and now we have like more like a white sun. So it definitely upped its frequencies. Scientifically, yeah, there's probably scientific evidence. The theory behind it, yeah, of course, it's very woo-woo. It's not like you will learn it in textbook school textbook. No, and but yeah, we're slowly getting used to the idea that school was all a lie. These were just all force-fed ideas, and internet is was and still is for at some level like fully controlled. But yeah, of course there's gonna be leakage because yeah, people they can send and whatever and say whatever, and they cannot control all of it. That's the beauty of internet. They even created on purpose the dark web, where you can find all sorts of dark shit. I don't recommend it. I've been there and it's horrible. There's horrible stuff there. But yeah, there's also like a lot of things that um, are filtered out of the World Wide Web. But at some point, especially now, I see it a lot on. I'm not on TikTok, but yeah, a friend of mine is, and he sometimes sends me these public TikTok videos, and yeah, it's basically the same thing they say in shorts on YouTube, or reels on Instagram, or stories, and nowadays also reels on Facebook. And there's so many, platforms where the public speaks up. And of course, there's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of distraction, like the three-eye atlas thing. And now nobody talks about it anymore. Do you know why? I know why. Because the Epstein files were released. So now it's the next thing. Everybody talking about the Epstein files. Yeah, this celebrity was part of it, and like Tom Hanks and what's his name, Johnny Depp, and I don't know. I think it's about time we stop believing everything we see on this thing as being real. And this is why AI is actually going to be a good thing, because soon pretty much AI made movies, things will not be able, we will not be able to see the difference. The video of Keanu Reeves, I think it's Keanu Reeves. No, I think it was what's his name? Brad Pitt fighting Tom Cruise, and it's fully AI generated, and everybody believed like, this is a scene from a new movie. No, it's not. It's fully AI generated. So pretty soon we will not be able to see the difference, and then it's basically inviting us to use different senses, like a gut feeling. I feel, and I might be wrong, but Tom Hanks, I think he was just invited to a party. He showed up, they make pictures, and then they try to blackmail him, of course, because that's their technique. Yeah, so don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything they claim. Don't believe everything, even what you think. Learn to use your other senses, your gut feeling, your intuition. I mean, if you look at Tom Hanks, do you really think he's the type of person that would, do these blood rituals? eating, you know what? No, I don't think he's that kind of guy, but who knows, right? But yeah, my gut feeling says, or my intuition says, or my knowing, inner knowingness says, no, no. He was probably just invited to a party and then they tried to blackmail him because they made pictures of him standing there with a lovely girl. So what's the world coming to? Well, I don't know how in tune you guys are, but a couple of days ago I felt like a clear shift in the collective, in the human collective, and I was not sure what it was, but I could clearly feel like something major is happening. And then yesterday, or the day before, I think it was yesterday, one of my favorite uh, channelers, remote viewers, certified remote viewers, Elizabeth Apel. She had like a really emotional video where she said the 144,000 light workers, and she also agrees, probably way more than that. Our work is done. We came here to uh, awaken the masses, and the masses have awakened. So now it's up to the collective. Now it's up to those who are seeing through the false narratives. And what are you gonna do? I think all of us should not rebel, should not protest. No, we should just create communities. Like, first you start with mini communities in your neighborhood, see who else is awakened. Then online, there's already many platforms and already many communities, awakened communities. And yeah, at some point, these communities will connect. And then you just go online. Maybe there's an app, who knows, right? Or you can find it on social media. Same with, I don't know if you ever heard about it, the rainbow gatherings. And they're always like in secret place, and because it's illegal. It's illegal to stay 1 month with a whole group of people somewhere in nature because, yeah, it's nature, so of course it's illegal. And this has been going on for a long time, I think since the 60s. It's a beautiful initiative. I've been to only one small one in the Netherlands. I still want to attend one major one. And why a month? Well, it's from full moon to the next full moon. So it's 28 days, 29 sometimes. This is how we embrace new Earth. So, new Earth has been realized. This is basically what Elizabeth Apel was saying. New Earth has been realized. Up till yesterday, is what she said, right? Up till yesterday, we were like, yeah, could go this way, could go that way. And now the scale has been tipped. We're in New Earth. New Earth is here. And yeah, what does it mean, New Earth? Some say we're moving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, from 3D to 5D. I say, for me, it feels more. It makes more sense. We're moving from third density to fourth density. I speak about it in my reality check. The first 2 episodes of my reality check series. You can look up the playlist, and there's a whole playlist, and it's juicy stuff. It's unlike this, the daily life reports, which are always messy, and he's talking about anything, and yeah, I know you guys love it. just me showing up. So I could clearly feel in the field like this major thing happening. And can you imagine that up to this point it was still like, is the negative part, the negative path, gonna be the one that the human collective chooses? Or are we actually choosing to live in this service to others state of being, the positive part? Again, everything I say is just pointers, it's just theory, it's just observations, it's just how I experience reality. We really, in my opinion, we really should let go of static truth, something being true, and then therefore it cannot be untrue. No, that's so black and white. It's black or white. No, 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 bullshit. Let go of this static truth idea and realize everything changes. So, of course, truth also changes. Your perspective, your reality is constantly changing. From moment to moment to moment, you are in like a completely different reality. Of course, we still experience it like linear because that's what we used to for so long. But time, you already noticed it. Like, I noticed it definitely, like time speeding up, or at least that is what it felt like, things going faster, faster, faster. And I also noticed like a minute is not exactly a minute. Sometimes an hour feels like a couple of hours, and sometimes an hour passes in like 5 minutes. Yeah? How it feels like. You can of course look at your watch and say, yeah, only an hour passed. No, no, no. That is the condensed physical reality that we created as a collective. But now the collective is changing. Now the collective is upgrading itself. It starts to realize, humanity, humans as a collective, they start to realize time is not as linear as we thought. Reality is not as fixed as we thought. Truth is not static. So all these ideas of being fluidity, for me it always made sense. For me it always been like this. I've always experienced it like this. But yeah, if you were fully identified with the person and with what they teach you in school, of course this is gonna be a shocker for many people. Seeing all these things that they do with children, the rituals, all these things. This is the age of Aquarius, so yeah, everything will come to light. Everything will be revealed. And yeah, when you've been hiding under a rock, when you've been living in this illusion, when you like totally believe the news and politicians and politics, if you totally believe in that reality, and then suddenly like, here's the real reality, which is not static again. No, it's the next stage. It's the next level we're moving into. Portals are being opened, doors are open, things are being shown. Textbook, school stuff appears to be, maybe not so true. History might not be so true. No. And if this has been your reality, and now suddenly you're my parents, for example, my mom is pretty good with computers, but yeah, when like Windows is updated, for the older generation, it's almost impossible to keep up. And yeah, nowadays with the smartphones and AI is going so fast. Pretty soon there will be robots walking around. Pretty soon you will be having an AI girlfriend, because that's much easier. It's not real, but yeah, who cares? She's always nice to me. All right, another lovely episode of Daily Live Reports. Um, if you want to dive deeper into stuff I talk about in Daily Live Reports, definitely check the Reality Check series. And I've also been releasing layers of awareness. Um, yeah, just go to my channel. You see the thumbnails, and they clearly explain what's it about. It's like snippets, but good stuff, really good stuff. All right, guys, see you in the next.